And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen. Here's Ginobili.
Well, they call it the I-10 rivalry, that Spurs versus Rockets matchup. That's the highway that runs between Houston and San Antonio, for you that are uninformed. Some great memories in those battles and classic games between those two teams.
And so in the game for the Rockets, Lowry and Martin manning the backcourt. Scola out there with Patrick Patterson. And it's Budinger in at the 3, the small forward. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, guys, Courtney Lee, a highly regarded young player, he's bounced around the NBA more than he might have expected, but he got his start with the Magic. That was the team that drafted me and got me into the NBA. I got off to a good start with them, and my reputation built around the league playing with them. So I've always had a soft spot in my heart for those guys. In his rookie season, he started for the Magic and helped them make it all the way to the NBA Finals. Easy to see why he has such fond memories of playing in Orlando, guys.
A great run in just his first season. Great stuff, Doris. Thank you.
Well, he got his foot in the door with defense and that corner 3, and he's a guy who should be in this league for many years to come.
And the Spurs and the Rockets battle each other in the Eastern Conference, moved together to the Western Conference, and have gone head-to-head there, too. That's how long, Steve, this rivalry goes back to.
Well, you think of some of the great big man matchups over the years between these two teams. Moses Malone versus Paul Silas, Hakeem versus David Robinson, Yao Ming and Tim Duncan. It's a great rivalry that's seen some epic battles.
Ginobili can't hit.
And they've missed the first 3 shots of the third quarter.
It's stolen by Duncan. Clark, this offense has really been clicking.
No doubt about it, giving the defense all kinds of trouble.
And they're playing with so much energy offensively. The ball is really moving.
And I'm thinking one of the things that really makes Parker so dangerous is that he has such a high shooting percentage for a smallish guard, but he's so crafty and clever at finishing around the rim, but he also has improved his perimeter shot, too.
Feeds it to McDyess. Guarded now by Patrick Patterson. McDyess with the ball. 6 on the shot clock. McDyess a screen. It's Ginobili outside. Ginobili can't get that one to fall. Well, Clark, back to Parker for a second. That percentage has been right around 50% now for about,
52% last year.
In that 7 consecutive years. We've seen about that same number. Steve, you can appreciate those numbers, I'm sure, having played where you played in the end. And he flushes it through. Right slam cam with the replay.
Boy, that dunk got everybody up off their seat.
Oh, they're loving it, aren't they, Steve?
Well, how could they not? I mean, he put the cherry on top of the sundae on that one.
Scola. Tim Duncan grabs the miss. Duncan's got his 4th rebound in this one. Ginobili with the 3. And that one's good. Ginobili's got 7.
Maybe he can put his struggles behind him, a couple more of those, and maybe he'll get a little momentum.
And it's Martin missing. Spurs trail by 10.
When you look at the Houston Rockets, always the Rockets have been a tough team on the road. I mean, last season, even though they missed the playoffs, they had the 11th best road record in the league at 18-23.
He's laboring out there right now, guys. The shot has not been falling for him this quarter.
The second effort. Patterson can't get it to go. This gives them the opportunity to get within 10. Ginobili had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Well, when you think about the Rockets, such a scrappy team. Steve, are you surprised that they've been successful on the road?
Well, they're a tough team. They have smart veterans. They play hard every single night. So it doesn't surprise me. I mean, this is a club that's very capable. And I thought Rick Adelman did a nice job with that team, having them prepared and ready every night.
And the Spurs with some changes. Splitter comes in for Antonio McDyess. And it's Ford in for Manu Ginobili. And a change for the Rockets. Morris is checked in. From 20 feet out. And that one's good. Parker's got 8 points. Here's Lowry. 58 seconds left in the third. Goes straight up. The jump hook off the glass and good. 7 points for Luis Scola. Lowry against Parker. Back to Duncan. Luis Scola covering. Shot clock at 6. Duncan, the pass to 4. It counts.
Boy, I love the way they've been attacking inside, Kevin.
All right, guys, they're getting a lot of points in the painted area, not settling for outside shots, and I don't see any reason to change strategy here.
And it's Patterson finishing it off.
When in doubt, punch it down.
As easy at 2 points as you can get.
Safe to say that's a pretty high percentage shot, guys.
From the baseline. And another basket for San Antonio.
Oh, you got to love the footwork. How about that turnaround?
Here is Lowry. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Well, good idea setting that screen, but the execution wasn't there.
No, it sure wasn't. I mean, you want it to be hard, but it also has to be legal.
No luck. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to... As the fourth quarter gets going, let's swing it over to Doris Burke, who has our Sprite Spark report. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. The spark in this game, the big push by the Rockets. There has been absolutely no let-up, even as their lead continues to grow with each stop. They're using this game to send a message to anyone who is watching, it seems. Guys?
Doris, thanks. That run, Clark, really propelled them.
Yeah, it sure did. I mean, it got their confidence up and gave them the kind of swagger you like to see in a team.
Yeah, it gave them the edge for sure, because look at the opponent. I mean, they are kind of down on themselves right now. The body language, not where it needs to be.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the floor for San Antonio, Blair is out there with McDyess. Then it's Splitter. Then it's Ford. And it's Ginobili in a shooting guard. Takes it up. Deflected by Lowry.
They continue to pull down misses, and that's how they're maintaining this lead.
Yeah, well, one and done is the recipe for continuing to hold on to a lead. You don't want to let the other team back in it by giving them extra possessions.
Ford dishes to Splitter. He dishes it to McDyess. Ginobili working against Lee. And stolen by Kyle Lowry.
They just haven't been as solid as they were earlier in the game in terms of taking care of the basketball.
Ford against Lowry. Dishes to McDyess. Now Splitter. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over Patterson. Outside Lowry. Puts up a 3. Here. Oh, man.
You know, everybody's got a job to do. Each player has a role in clearing space under the boards. That's his.
And then collecting on the second chance points, Clark. So important.
And is he hard to handle in the paint. Just so strong, and he attacks.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Well, you look at last season, guys. The Spurs had the best record in the Western Conference. Almost unbeatable at home, where they were 36-5.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Matt Bonner, he's checked in for Splitter. Duncan comes in for Antonio McDyess. Richard Jefferson, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And Tony Parker subbed in for TJ Ford. Parker outside. Pass to Duncan. To stop the run. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. 6 points for Duncan. Steve, you talk about the San Antonio crowd, one of the most terrific fan bases of any sports franchise. They're just so much in love with everything this franchise does.
Yeah, really, when you think about it, those fans, I mean, the Spurs are their pride and joy. I mean, they're enthusiastic, knowledgeable. The most successful small market team in the league is San Antonio. So the bond between the team and the community is really something special. It's neat to see.
And Clark, I said any sport, and I do believe that. I mean, like, you talk Green Bay fans or New York Giant fans, and I mean, you're talking about a bond. That's a great word to use, bond. There is a bond between the team and the fans.
Yeah, big time connection.
Yeah, he saw that lane to the offensive glass, and that's how he cashed in.
Rockets leading by 15.
Don't leave Hill open.
And Hill backs him in. And Bonner pulls it down. And so here is San Antonio. Down by 15. Shots good by Jefferson.
He's so graceful around the rim. Sometimes you forget how strong he is.
Lee kicks to Hill. The kick out to Williams. He feeds it to Budinger. Back to Williams. Moving the ball. Budinger passes to Hill. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Dragic from outside. And that one's good. And the Rockets lead by 16.
Boy, excellent vision. Sharing the pumpkin leads to another basket.
When you look at that differential, guys, the points off assists are definitely in their favor.
And some changes here for the Spurs. Antonio McDyess, he's checked in for Matt Bonner. Ginobili comes in for DeJuan Blair. And it's Ford in for Richard Jefferson. Houston also making some changes. Luis Scola, he's checked in for Hill. Morris comes in for Chase Budinger. And it's Martin in for Terrence Williams. Here's Morris. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
They can't seem to stop anybody inside.
They got to know that if they don't make life tougher in the paint, the opponent is just going to keep going there. I mean, it's not like they'll get tired of all these in-close opportunities.
Ginobili with the 3. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
I like the way that he has really stayed aggressive from that three-point line after not making a single one before the halftime.
It's stolen by Duncan.
Boy, nice job to get his hand in there and knock that ball loose without fouling.
McDyess. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
You know, I look at the Rockets, and they're one of those teams that regularly is scrapping for a playoff spot. I mean, normally they're pretty tough out whenever they face other Western Conference teams, but last season they fell to 25 and 27 against the West, just under 500.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Hill comes in for Luis Scola. And Terrence Williams subbed in for Kevin Martin. Morris with the bucket.
That's a dagger. That will probably finish this game.
Yeah, it's over, Steve. Convincing closeout.
Now here's Parker. Ginobili outside. Takes a 3. And Lee pulls it down. And here's Dragic. Ooh, the double clutch. Misses. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each